Hey, it's Shannon for iHeartRadio Nice with Walk the Moon. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
We just got to cuddle a little bit, but I like this. It's intimate.
We're used to it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you guys spend a lot of time together.
Yes,
you could put
do.
it that way. Yeah.
Very close
Joined
together.
at the hip.
Yeah.
Is that fun for you guys? Do you ever is there ever tension?
There's never ever any tension.
Never?
No.
It's amazing. First band ever to have no tension.
Yeah.
We hug constantly.
We actually have a pair of pants that like we all wear at the same time. It's
Brotherhood of the traveling
eight-legged pants.
Yes.
Brotherhood of the single pants.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one giant.
It's like
pair
just
of
one
pants
pant.
big,
that you guys walk
one
together.
big pant.
We're
You have to
digressing
get
pretty
along.
hard right now.
No, I like this. This is exactly where I wanted this interview to go. Okay, so you guys got in this morning, crossed the border into Canada.
Yep.
Have you guys
They
spent a lot
they didn't find our drugs. They
Good.
didn't find our weapons of mass
Don't
destruction.
tell them that.
No, he's just not saying where the hiding spots are, so that's good, right?
Right.
Yeah. Have you guys spent a lot of time in Toronto before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've played here a handful of times over the years. I think the first time we came here was in 2012 with Young the Giant.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and since then Toronto's been one of our favorite, at least favorite Canadian towns.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. That's awesome. And you guys are touring with Muse now.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that come about?
There's a really great story.
Cool.
A wild series of emails.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Riveting.
you know when a big
R-rated.
band like Muse tours, there's sort of a beacon that goes out and bands chime in and submit. And I actually found out from one of the Muse guys that they do handpick which band of
cool.
of the pool that they go on tour with. So that's pretty awesome that we were chosen.
By Muse.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
pretty
awesome.
wild.
How has it been going so far?
Horrible.
Just the worst.
No, it's awesome.
It's just totally insane. I mean, for one, they're like a traveling alien circus. The production level is out of this world. And also, we're just massive fans of this band. We've been on a lot of tours with a lot of different bands and different size venues or whatever. And to tour with someone that we really truly admire and have done for a long time is very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you get to spend a lot of time with them and hang out and all the things?
Not like a lot of time.
Right.
But
We don't go horseback riding, for example.
You should.
I know. I
I
would
feel like
love
that
that.
should
Wait,
be-
you missed the
What?
horseback riding? I think?
What the heck?
You weren't supposed to say anything, guys.
Sorry, Eli.
Oh. What is your favorite thing about being on the road and touring?
I mean, the shows.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's kind of where our music comes to life in vivid, three-dimensional form. It's what what we're doing this for.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that's awesome.
Also the food.
Also the food.
Also trying new food every day.
Yeah.
White Castles across the nation, and yeah.
See, we
exactly.
don't have that in Canada.
I know. I've realized it as I said it. I'm like, this joke isn't gonna land.
But I got poutine.
Yeah,
Poutine.
right.
There's
Yeah,
poutine.
right.
We got Tim Hortons. Have you guys had Tim Hortons?
Oh,
We have
all
Tim
the time.
Hortons. Yeah.
Yeah?
yeah. We have Tim
You know,
Hortons.
In the
I don't,
States?
I don't, is
Yeah.
Canada
Oh, nice.
aware of like Tim Hortons' sort of failure in the States?
No.
It didn't
Please.
really work that well.
Really?
Yeah. 'cause
So they
we
brought
had-
it there
we
and then
had
it.
so much other fast food.
Oh, true.
So there's like a random Tim Hortons every once in a while in the
Yeah.
States. It's
But
kind
it
of
didn't
upsetting.
take off the way that it did here.
Right.
Unfortunately, no.
No, but that makes it more Canadian, I guess.
I
More of a
remember-
delicacy.
I remember being in one like one of the first times we were in Canada. It was late at night. We'd had some drinks and we were at a Tim Hortons, and my friend had to talk me out of getting a box of 20 Timbits.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Is that how many I'm supposed to eat?" I don't know, because I don't know what. And he's like, "No, it feeds a family of 5." So-
They're pretty. You could
It's
get through a
metric.
pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
You got
So
it's
stocked up.
iffy on the metric to standard
right,
conversion
right,
there
right. A
of
metric
Timbits.
Timbit. Yeah.
Do you guys find it hard being on the road since you have been doing this for so long? Yeah.
Hard being on the road?
What are some of the pros
No,
and cons?
it's you know what? It's the the shows are still worth it every single night. Like my drive to perform has not diminished over the past 8 or 9 years. Over how many hundreds of shows. So it's I get tired a little more quickly now. I'm not as fresh as I was when I was 25. But it's still every bit as rewarding and rewarding as it was, as it's always been. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing about going on the road is just packing. For
Yeah.
it. Just
Right.
Still haven't figured that out. You
No.
think after
Right.
packing 4,000
I
times?
can-
Oh,
I
I
can-
figured it out. Don't unpack.
Just leave it
There you
packed.
go.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
We're wearing the same clothes we were wearing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. It keeps it fresh. And
Yeah.
you guys can share each other's clothes too, right?
Well, we do wear the
Yeah.
same pants.
Yep.
Do we?
Just one.
That way we can all wear the pants in the family.
Right. Oh, yeah, because you all have one pair of pants that you wear
Right.
together. Yeah, totally. I love that. All right, let's talk about your new song, Time Bomb. Can you tell me a little bit about what it's about?
But I want to keep talking about pants.
We can keep talking about pants.
What do you want to know?
Oh, everything. How did it come to be?
Like every Walk the Moon song, a stork flew in and dropped it into our laps. No, we had this when I think about the meaning of Time Bomb, I really think about like sort of the fear of falling in love, and how anything in life that's really worth having, anything that's worth putting your heart into is kind of a risk. Like love is risky, right? But you want to go for it anyway. And so the song is like that, like I don't know, this inevitable. This could all be gone tomorrow, but I still want to be here.
Yeah, I like that. That's a nice message to have. When you guys are putting together a song, does one person come with ideas or does one person come with a melody? How does it typically go? Or is it different every time?
It's totally different every time.
Is
I
it?
think if we had a formula that worked every time, we would certainly be using that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, we're each contributing something unique to the puzzle, and sometimes I'll come in with lyrics and we'll try to put that to music, or we'll jam on something in sound check and I'll record it on my phone and run away and write some lyrics to that and bring it back. And you know, it's just there's no one way it happens.
Do you find a point when you're creating a song that you're like, okay, this is going to be a hit, or do you never really know until you release it and see how other people's reaction is? How does that usually work?
Man, it's like every time.
Really?
It's like, yeah, oh, this is the next, this is the next big one.
Right.
And you just can't, you can't predict it. You never know.
Yeah, it's very hard to write a song if you're not like really feeling that emotion.
Right.
If it's not coming from an honest place, it's much more difficult to write a song. And so because you are relating to the song so super hard in that moment, you're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my entire life. So everyone feels like it's just going to be, the biggest thing, And then some of them are deep cuts, and it's interesting to watch how people respond to different songs. Songs that we never thought would be a single, people will become like fan favorites. And fans will demand every single night.
Yeah.
So it's always a rewarding experience to watch. Where, God, I'm using the word rewarding a lot today.
I feel rewarded by that.
I know. Do you have a synonym for me?
I'm working on it.
Fulfilling. It's a very fulfilling
There you go.
experience to write songs.
Satisfying.
Yeah.
And see where they land in the world.
And it's got to be nice too to write songs. Do you feel like you're writing a song to make it a hit, or do you feel like you're writing a song to make it yours?
It depends.
Yeah.
I know. It's
Well,
It's
you have to
definitely
like the
blasphemous to
song,
say
right?
we're writing a song to be a hit.
Right.
But you're aware of like how relatable it might be, or how much fun you think about how people are going to dance to it when they hear it in the crowd.
right.
Yeah.
My instinct is to put a 4-minute guitar solo here,
Yeah.
but otherwise it would totally be a hit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's kind of how some of the early Walk the Moon songs were born, is wanting to build into the songs audience participation moments, because we were playing these like sweaty bar shows, and it's just sort of creating like a arena's worth of energy out of 30 people or whatever, and so we would build in these like audience shouts and whatnot, and that kind of became part of our sound.
Cool. I love that. Do you guys ever feel, or you're creating a song and you're like, this doesn't sound like Walk the Moon? Or do you kind of, if it goes away from that, you're fine with that?
I think we questioned that at one point, and then we decided, whatever comes out of the four of us is Walk the Moon, just by definition, by nature. So I think that's made for some eclectic albums, but I like that about our band.
Yeah. Do you find the fans always respond in the same kind of way?
Respond to what?
To in general, like if you have a new song come out, you have the same fans that are like, okay, this is no matter what you make, they're always so on board.
There's always someone who's psyched, and there's always someone who's pissed.
Oh, yeah?
There's always someone who's like, I wish they would do the sound from that one song that they released on a B-side,
Yeah.
in like 2011. And then there's some, there are people who are
old stuff was better, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
always,
that's what I
right?
mean.
Yeah, right.
Can't please everyone.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and that's fine, and I love that enthusiasm for that, you know. But then you're making new friends too, you know, with your new sound.
Totally.
So,
Yeah. Do you guys feel like the music industry, since you have been doing this for 8, 9, 10 years now, do you feel like it has changed as a whole since you started?
So much.
How so?
The way people consume music to the kind of music people are consuming, it's great. It's so much more consumer driven. So, you know, it's not dictated by a big company in a tall skyscraper somewhere. It's what people want to listen to, and we as the artists get to see that more instantly.
Right.
You know, oh, they're listening to these songs more. That's really cool. We'll play this song in that city because they seem to like it more. It's awesome.
True. Yeah, it's got to be nice to have that like instant feedback, right?
It's terrifying.
Yes,
but
Is
no.
it?
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Why the no? Why no?
Why on instant feedback?
Yeah.
I mean, if it goes great, it's great. If it goes badly, it's defeating. You know, it's like you know immediately that you made a terrible mistake. You know?
Or it might go better in the future, but it immediately goes terribly, and then you're just
Yeah.
like, will it
I
ever?
still don't feel like we
Right.
know anything. You know?
Right, and I think that's something that's fun about right now is that there's no like boxed version of what will be successful. Do you know
Right.
what I mean? Who's that guy that you were talking about last night? The country
Lil
rapper.
Nas X, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Who's like finding publicity through like having put out a rap song and calling it a country song, and then they're taking it off the charts. Am I getting this right?
Yeah.
They're taking it off the country charts because they've decided it's not a country song, but he's getting all this publicity from doing this stunt where he called it a country song. You know,
I don't even know if it's a stunt.
That's
You know,
Right.
it's-
But
yeah.
it's like you can get famous for doing anything.
Wait, so
you
he
know,
had
and
a
you
rap
can-
song and he released it as a country song
Well,
just so it would get
it's
confused?
a country song.
Yeah.
It's all his.
Okay.
I don't know any more of the story, but I'm assuming it. You know, he wrote it as a country song.
Yeah.
He sings. You know, the lyrics are very. Align with sort of country music.
Horses, right? It's about
Horses
riding
and-
horses with Muse.
going down home.
And I don't see why it shouldn't be a country song.
Right.
If he wants to call it a country song, but Billboard decided to take him off the country charts, which
mean,
I mean, it's gonna blow up now.
Yeah.
does have a trap beat.
right.
Yeah, but so does like half of pop country.
So like
now.
right. Florida Georgia line, etc. Right.
Yeah.
So like it's just like there's no set path
Right.
to success, you know, and it's very exciting, and it's like, you know, why don't we try releasing, like, it's not vinyl, it's cardboard, and it spins and it plays your song but very quietly, and you have to get close, you know, like you could do anything, you know, and just like try stuff. So I think it's an exciting time for music.
Yeah. Do you think that it's hard because there's people who kind of create this brand from themselves or this publicity without having necessarily like crazy hit music? Do you think that's almost a downside to the music industry, or do you think that can be a positive thing?
so awesome.
I think
Yeah?
we'll see. I think we'll see. You know, I think the music industry. I think the whole thing could use a shaking up.
Yeah.
You know, and if we have to go through a period of time where it's really unsure of what is happening, is this music? Is this country music? Who cares if it's country music or
Yeah,
not?
is this good
You
music?
know?
Is this not
Right.
even good but
I
popular?
think we're going to come out stronger having gone through that experience culturally. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Nick?
I'm just now I'm thinking about like our country and how it's like something similar is happening
How so?
globally too. I don't know, just like there's this like what the hell is going on?
Right.
And it's all wrapped up in I don't know, the ability to see everything, you know, with the internet and you know, like we can, like it's sort of the age of transparency in a way, but there's all these systems that are built on hiding information, you know, or whatever. And I don't know, it's not like in the music industry people are necessarily hiding things, but there's like this mystery that is changing or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of like the fear of the unknown because there's just so much coming at us, but we don't know what we're going to do with all of it.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Right.
Yeah.
My hope is that it's guitars, bass, and drums. You know, that's what I really hope we end up with at the end of all this. It's just
Guitar
like rock
bands
and roll.
will never die.
Yeah. And that's it. Yeah. Crazy. Well, we got deep.
We
Yeah,
did.
I like that.
We did, from starting with a joke about a single pair of pants
And
to, you know, yeah.
the crashing economy and things. What can we expect from the show tonight?
I love that question.
A TED Talk
we-
on
Everyone
politics?
asks that question. We're gonna get up there and we're gonna play our songs.
Yeah, I know, but like, if somebody who hasn't been to your show before is going for the first time, like, what can they expect? A good time.
Okay, so Walk the Moon is going to play music.
Okay, yeah.
Right? It's going to be the four of us on stage playing songs that we wrote prior to that moment.
We hope
and
you
then,
will like it.
And then once we wrap, Muse and their space circus comes on stage, and there will be
Brain melting.
yeah, and they're
Perfect.
gonna melt your face and blow your mind, and it's a great night.
Hopefully you remember Walk the Moon after that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
we're just gonna
exactly.
warm your brain up.
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
melting.
Exactly. We're the
Prime it up.
calisthenics for your brain.
Yeah.
Before the real workout.
Preheat.
Perfect
Yeah,
description.
we're the preheat. We're preheating the oven. Yeah.
I love it so
defrost.
much. Well, thank you guys so much for coming by. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.